Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. Did you end up setting up the microphone?
I did not.
Okay. I hope they can hear me. And today we have another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I believe 11 games in the NBA, 5 in the NHL. We do have a decent card for today. Let's get that figured out before we continue on.
No, they can hear us.
Okay, cool. But before we get into everything today, we'll quickly recap, and then we will hop into today. Profitable day yesterday. Can't complain. Hockey could have been better. I went 2-3 in hockey, but took some shots with some dogs. Buffalo and Boston over 5.5 was, I think, one of the easiest plays of the day. The Rangers, to believe I trusted the New York Rangers. That was stupid. Plus 120. Lost with them. Won with the better New York team. New York Islanders at plus 130. Don't let the New York Islanders get hot. 5 wins in a row for them as they'll play Philadelphia, I believe, tomorrow. And then lost at the last 2 plays of the day. Calgary plus 125. Took a shot with the dog. So be it. And Vegas, money line, lost in overtime. So that was fun as well. So 2-3 in hockey yesterday. NBA, though, was strong. Put in 2 plays, won them both. And I forgot to put in college basketball again. I'm an idiot. But
I have a full recap for that. You're good.
Yeah. I had 2 dogs on the spread, and they won outright. Philadelphia plus 4. They win by 14 against the Lakers. Portland Trailblazers plus the 5.5. How about they win outright by 13 against the Milwaukee Bucks? Love to see it. Love to see it. NBA has been much, much better for me this year for whatever reason. I don't get it. But, hey. So, overall, profitable day for me yesterday. And hope to continue that into today.
Yeah, no, it was actually a really good day yesterday, Nick. Very happy with yesterday. Up 5.08 on the site. I still have to dig out of NBA. I don't know how much I'm down on that this year. Actually, I could tell because I know that has not been pretty. And I will get that under control. NBA. Wow, down 9.25. Everything else is pretty much profitable besides NFL this year on the site. But yesterday, up 5.08. We'll start off with St. John's minus 4.5, winning by 25. You had the over in the Sabres game, which you could just thank the Buffalo Sabres for. Or, let's be more specific, J.J. Peterka and Tage Thompson with dueling hat tricks. The first time since 2008 that the Buffalo Sabres had dueling hat tricks. And that was in a 10-1 win versus the Atlanta Thrashers.
I wonder what was the last time we've had dueling hat tricks in the hockey game, just in general. I feel like that probably hasn't happened in a couple of years. It may have. I think the last time it may have happened was in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup a couple of years ago when Vegas won 7-1. I think that may have happened.
The most recent time, they have the Sabres game up here, and then Pavel Buchnevich and Brandon Sneed on November 11th, 2003. They both had a hat trick and an H2 win for the Blues against the Colorado Avalanche.
Huh. Nice.
There you go. Rangers were a loser. My totals have been actually doing a little bit better in college basketball because the over hit in the EMU Miami of Ohio game. The under hit in the Georgia game, under 132.5. You had the Islanders, which was a winner. You said you took the points with the Sixers.
Yeah.
I had the outright money line plus 140 winner. I should have taken the spread though with the Hawks. I ended up adding them late because I thought, hey, I feel like this is like kind of similar to the other two games. Houston in a bad spot. Houston won by 4. Atlanta would have covered. So missed on that one, but it is what it is. Under in the St. Louis VCU game, did not get there. Calgary didn't get there either. The Colorado State was up 1 point at halftime. They win by 20 in the second half to cover the 16. Vegas, overtime loser. We'll talk about that game last because I know you mentioned it earlier, but I upped you on it. The under in that Cincinnati-Utah game didn't look good because they scored 74 points in the first half. They scored 61 in the second half, and it stayed under the total. San Diego State minus 14.5 was a loser. Over in the Gonzaga game. Gonzaga scores almost 100, and that one sails way over the total there. The most happy I was yesterday. How about them Trailblazers? Winner by 13 points. You took the points. I took them outright plus 190 for Portland. Love to see it. We'll be up 5.08, and we'll keep on rolling. I will give props where props is due, Nick. We are up 6.81 on the site this year, including up 3.19 in college basketball, 7.17 in hockey, and then 3.9 in college football. So overall, really a solid year so far on the site. Ready to keep on rolling there.
Yep. Head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today's games.
Top of the morning to you. What's up, Ice X? They're late. I don't care. I know you're messing with them. Islanders are going to win the Stanley Cup, huh?
No. But 5 wins in a row is fun.
Got lucky with Philly. 80 hurt as always. Okay.
And
A win's a win. I don't care. Sometimes you have to get lucky to win games. Morning. Good morning, Markel. Shall we jump into it?
yeah, let's get into it. Where we have the Detroit Pistons taking on the Indiana Pacers. Pacers opened up at a 5.5. It's now a 7 on some books. Line opened up at a 229. It's now a 230. So we do have a 1 point line movement towards the over and a 1.5 point line movement towards Indiana. 60% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on Indiana. Line's moving towards them. 78% of the tickets, 79% of cash is on the over in this one as well. And the line has moved towards said over for those who don't want to back it. This is the first game in 4 days for the Indiana Pacers. Their last game was in Paris, in France there, which they've had a few days to get back and adjusted and everything like that. On the flip side, we have the Detroit Pistons coming in off of back-to-back losses against Orlando and Cleveland. This is the 5th game of a 5-game road trip, so potentially a spot where they can be looking to get back home already, type of thing like that. I would only look towards the Pacers in this game. That's my lean in this one at the moment, would be laying it with the Pacers. I get it. The Red Wings have been a fun little team. Pistons, Detroit. Detroit's been a fun team this year a little bit. I don't think this is a good spot for them, though. And I don't really want to lay the points with the Pacers. This many points, for starters, off of the games in Paris. And they ended Paris off with a dominant win. So not the greatest spot there. They're flying home from Europe feeling better about themselves. Ultimately not a spot I'm going to get involved with.
No, I think there are better spots on today's card. I mean, you got the next game we get to talk about, which is Washington. Toronto is a 6.5 point favorite against Washington, which is definitely beating. Okay. I'm not going to go after this game. I feel no real reason to want to. I mean, I like Detroit, but I would want a little bit more points with Detroit. That's just me though. We're not more points with Detroit, but a line movement not going against Detroit. So I would lean that way, but this is also a Detroit team that's lost 2 in a row. Maybe I go and take them in their next game against Dallas once they finally get back home. If they lose this game, I could definitely look at that one. Just be like, hey, they're happy to be back home. Maybe they come out strong, but nothing in this game for me.
Yeah.
Pistons tanking again.
They're 23 and 23, and they're in a play-in spot. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely worse examples of tanking.
No,
2 losses in a row is not tanking. Just look what the Wizards are doing.
Especially against Orlando, who I still believe is a playoff team, and Cleveland. Orlando is Orlando's even 500 too. So I get a team that's even 500 in a play-in spot, and then the best team in the NBA. So no, I'm not worried about the Pistons losing those 2 games.
No.
Nick.
Fun one. You want to get into it?
Can I press the button real quick?
Sure.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you.
All right. We had the Toronto Raptors taking on the Washington Wizards. The Raptors, 6.5-point road favorites when they're 3-19 on the road this year. Yep. That's what we're dealing with right now. I'd opened up at a 5.5, immediately got to a 7.5, and it's come back down to a 6.5, but we still had a 1-point line movement towards the Raptors. The line opened up at a 233. It's down to a 231. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if we can make any more sense of this. 70% of tickets, 71% of cash on the Raptors. At least the line's moving towards them for those who want to lay points on the road with the Raptors. And then 55% of tickets, 54% of cash on the over in this one as well. Another game I have really no interest in at all. I mean, at this number, Wizards or nothing, but I mean, because we can make the argument that maybe the Raptors are this big of a favorite for a reason. I think so. So definitely not betting this game, but I haven't backed the Wizards all year, but that'd be my lead in this game.
I have a feeling it would be one thing and one thing only in this game.
Wizards 21?
Wizards outright. And it's just the value that you're getting to fade Toronto. This is a Toronto team, as you mentioned, 3-19 on the road?
Yep.
Do you really trust them to lay 6.5 points on the road? Yes, against Washington, but do you really trust them here to lay that much on the road? I don't. You know what? Screw it. 1-800-GAMBLER game? I don't care. Washington outright today. Wizards money line versus the Toronto Raptors here. I'm gonna get plus 220 on 225. I think the Wizards win their 7th game of the year.
The last time they won a game was on January the 1st. They've lost 14 games in a row.
Yeah,
that's just nuts. Like that's next level tanking right there. That's one reason why I'm like not interested in this game. Is I want to back the Wizards, but do you really want to back the Wizards? Like, that's not really a want for me.
Oh, no, it's not a want, but I feel like it's a gross enough play that I'm going to take it. Plus 225, Wizards outright.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Supness. My number one bet of the night, Raptors, first quarter -2, Wids home after a long road trip, and the Raptors playing with juice lately, 2 units already betted in. Okay. Good luck. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah. We had another just amazing matchup here, the Brooklyn Nets and the Charlotte Hornets. I'm glad that the NBA does not have a tanking problem whatsoever, and we have like every single team always competitive. Line opened up at a 3. It's still a 3. Line opened up at a 206.5. It's down to a 205. Line moved towards the under here with 84% of tickets, 71% of cash on the under. It's such a low total that I want to take the under. I really, really do. Man, I have a feeling I might get involved with it, honestly. And then we have 80% of tickets and 77% of cash is on the Hornets, yet this line's not moved. Tells me Brooklyn's a live dog in this game as well. Brooklyn, they are 1-9 in their last 10 games. They've lost 7 in a row. Just offense is nowhere to come by. They've cracked the century mark twice in the 7-game losing streak, and that was both 101 points. So it's not like they're doing anything on offense. Charlotte's been a strong under team this year. This is, I think, by far the lowest total they're playing, though, this year, which is a little concerning if you're liking to back the under here in this one. I would only look Brooklyn in this game on a side, and Brooklyn actually on a side feels really interesting. And then the under as well. And I think the under is the stronger play. I'm going to move on at least one, if not both. I can get 205 over on Bet365. I kind of want to take a look what the Charlotte team total is. That'd be keeping Charlotte under 103.5 points. I'm actually really more worried about the offense for Brooklyn not doing enough to cover, even with this low total. Under 205 minus 110 for me.
All right. I got involved in 1-800-GAMBLER game. I'm good. This is not one that I'm going to end up getting into. Brooklyn's been a team that hasn't been scoring as much as of late. I don't hate your underlook, just the way that both these two teams are. But 204.5 just feels really freaking low.
Because it is.
Oh yeah, no. It's probably way too low for these two teams. And you can make the argument that they finally caught up to them, but good luck. I'm not going after an under at this low of a total. Although I have before. I've actually played an under 199.5 in the NBA before.
Was that in the playoffs though?
No, not even. It's like Cleveland and Miami or something like that.
Oh, good God.
And the game finished at 180 something. So I don't hate your look at the under. I just think it's a tad too low for me.
Yeah, actually, we're seeing. It doesn't look like FanDuel updated for it, but I'm seeing 205.5 on FanDuel. I want to take a look at a race 2 for this game. A race to 100.
Neither. Yeah.
I want to take a look to see if they have any props there.
Suppness, Lex. Bet it, people. My free play. Normally, I charge 100. Okay. Detroit money line. Nets money line. I mean, I won't talk you off of going after plus monies.
Friends don't talk friends off of dogs.
Balls out. Give me the Nets, even though they are putrid. Contest play. Morning. It's low because they can't score. Goes under. Nets have more starters in, but also are planning to trade some. Trade deadline's going to be fun. All right, Nick. I think I'm going to double up on this game, and I'm going to get shit from Mr. Numbers for it. Ready?
Yeah, let's get into it. The Brooklyn, or no, I'm looking at the wrong game. The Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks. We have the Knicks 3-point favorites, total of 239.5. This line has moved. It opened up at a 246.5. It plummeted all the way down to 239. It was 239.5 when I tapped it up this morning. We have had some buyback to 241.5. Still a high total. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had no move on the side whatsoever. We have 51% tickets, 56% of cash on the Knicks. The line's not moving. 66% of tickets, 70% of cash on the over in this one as well, and the line's dropping. As for the total, I mean, at this number, I mean, the under seems interesting. I think I know you're on the opposite side of that.
Yeah.
I lean that way if I am getting involved with the total, which I'm not. And we have the Brooklyn, or why do I keep saying Brooklyn? The New York Knicks coming in on 4 straight wins. They're coming in off of a dominating win against the Memphis Grizzlies. On the flip side, we have the Denver Nuggets coming in off of back-to-back embarrassing losses. So I think this is probably a get-right spot for the Denver Nuggets. If you're looking at a side for that one, the line is the line moving towards? The line hadn't moved at all, and it's about a 50-50 ticket split. I think situationally this is a great spot for Denver. And I'm getting 3.5 minus 110 over on FanDuel. Sign me up. I'll take the Nuggets at 3.5 here minus 110 in this game.
I took the over. at 241.5. I don't know where you're seeing 239.5.
Bet on them.
Yeah. I see the lowest I see of a total is 241.5. Looking through all the stuff,
now it's
all the stuff on the sites.
Yes, now it's 241.5. I typed this up over an hour ago.
Okay, good. Okay, so it's gone back up. So I like that.
So yes, there was buyback on the over.
That's fair. I'm on the over, and I'm also on the Nuggets. When you lose at 8.5 point favorites, it got up to a 9.5 point spread by 8 points to the Bulls the last game, which I didn't bet. I knew it was kind of a weird spot for them. I knew they were kind of looking ahead to this game. I see the Nuggets coming back and winning this one. And I'm going to continue to, when I'm taking dogs, I'm not taking spreads right now. I took them outright at plus 126. So over in the Nuggets for me in this game. I'm gonna try to take some shots to try to make back some money in the NBA. So I took the over in the Nuggets money line.
Sure.
Here we go. Knicks. Hey, Nick, he's rooting for you.
Yeah.
Contest play. Knicks are steamrolling weak teams like this. Teams that are number 4 in their conference and 10 games over 500. They're steamrolling them. Nuggets. Yep. White Sox team total over wins is moving up. Gotta bet it soon.
Yep.
Knicks will put up at least 120. No, so the Nuggets. Nuggets money line. If Nuggets lose to the Bulls, Knicks will roll. I mean, it's guaranteed, right? It's basically a lock. When you're playing Russell Westbrook and over 3 a.m. What?
3 minutes a game. 35 minutes a game.
I don't see a problem. The Nuggets have been really good since Russell Wilson took over in some starter roles. So, Westbrook started off in some starter roles. The Nuggets are like 17-6. So, I'm not worried about Westbrook. He's been actually really solid. Knicks steamroll teams that play no defense. He's been the reason why they've been good. He's been playing great, and you don't even pay attention to the NBA, right? Westbrook has been awesome so far this year, and if you don't realize that, then you really haven't been paying attention, Mr. Numbers. Almost want to consider a Nuggets wire to wire at 4-1. I don't hate that at all. I think the Nuggets win this game, so there you go. Russell Wilson, Westbrook. I know I messed that one up. Okay. Let's go to this one, Nick.
Yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Sacramento Kings. We were both on the Sixers last night, Tim. They came through for us there. Now they're 8.5 point dogs on a second half of a back-to-back. Let's take a look at the line history here. Opened up at a 7.5, now an 8.5, but it's really not moved after that. And then it opened up at a 229.5. It's now 229 or 225.5. Now 229. So a massive move towards the over here as well. 81% tickets, 83% of cash on the over. Line moving towards it makes sense. We have 71% tickets, 64% of cash on the Sixers. Yet this line's moving towards the Kings. I have a feeling this could be an interesting spot. We backed the Sixers last night to jump off the wagon and fade them tonight. That would be my lean in this one here. I want to take a look at how the Sixers have done on second half of back-to-backs as well. But we have a Philadelphia 76ers team that's now 3 wins in a row as dogs. So that's 3 outright wins against Cleveland, Chicago, and the Lakers. Sacramento coming in off of a win against the Nets, which snapped a 2-game losing streak against Denver and against the Knicks, where they put up 123 and 120 against the Knicks and against the Nuggets. So they put up points in those games. They will continue their road trip to OKC in Minnesota after this before they head on home, where they'll play the Orlando Magic. I think this is a good spot to turn around after backing the Sixers yesterday to fade them today. And it looks like I can get an 8.5 still over on BetMGM. I want to lay it here with the Kings, and I'm going to do that here. -8.5, -115 Sacramento.
I'm just not going to lay that many points on the road. If they're at home, maybe I could look towards it with you. On the road, not too interested in that at all. Yes, we were on the Sixers last night. When I look at the Sixers here, no, although they've been looking good. They've won 3 straight and covered in 3 straight. Obviously, they were dogs in all 3 games, and they won outright in all 3 of those games. So they're at least starting to improve a little bit. I mean, it doesn't make them a good team. But I am not laying 9 points, especially with a Kings team that, yes, I like this Kings team, but at the same time, they're not – I don't think that they're 9 points on the road worthy. Although you're probably not going to get a Joel Embiid because it's a back-to-back, and God forbid he plays a back-to-back like other MVPs. But I can't lay this many points on the road.
It is a lot of points on the road, but this is a Sacramento Kings team that I think could put up some points in this game and cover this number. Maybe a Kings team total over. If you don't want to lay this many points on the road, Sacramento team total over 118.5 -115 on Bet365. I think that's a good option as well.
Westbrook is a team destroyer. Turns the ball over constantly. There's a reason he's been on 5 teams in 5 years. I was a little bit hesitant when he came over as well. And then he's really performed. He has been really solid for this Nuggets team. He fits.
Feels like he's accepted a role, being a role player now instead of being the guy.
He fits over in Denver. Like that, I feel like he really does have a nice role over on the Nuggets, and I really do like him over there. So no, I was skeptical too. No, I think Westbrook's really solid with it. I think it's a good fit. Reports came out yesterday that Fox wants to be traded. Yes, he wants to be traded. I don't see him getting traded though. The Kings are currently in a play-in spot, so I don't see them doing anything right now. Although they could, I just don't see it happening right now. But Sabonis over 22.5 points. I really like Sabonis. He's been good. Kings over. I could see Kings over. Prop bet for people who take Sabonis double to lock. What are the odds on that one?
I'll look that up when you.
That sounds like something that would be like -200.
For a double?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Best available number I can find you on Fanatics is -1400. Go fuck yourself.
Jesus. That's insane.
It's Hi, guys. Loss, no duds. -1400.
Hi, Pop-Up. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Go Vols. Dolphins suck. Anyways.
All right, let's keep it going. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat -7.5 for the Cavaliers, total 228. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. It opened up at a 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, and we've seen now 8. So we've seen about a 2-point movement towards Cleveland. Line opened up 228. It's now at 227.5. So we've had to move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 65% of the tickets and 74% of the cash on the over. And then we have 70% of tickets, 62% of cash on the 70% of tickets, 62% of cash is on the over, 65 and 74 on the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's Cleveland or nothing for me. I just do not trust this Miami Heat team at home. Now, granted, most of the time I don't trust them at home as favorites. So that's something to keep in mind, is generally when I like to fade them at home, they're a favorite, not an 8.5-point dog. Miami is coming off of back-to-back wins, but they played Orlando and Brooklyn. On the flip side, Cleveland, they're coming off of a nice win against the Detroit Pistons. So do with that as you please. Overall, not a game I'm getting involved with, though.
Call me crazy. I kind of want to get involved in Miami. In between this game and their previous game, something kind of big happened. Jimmy Butler suspended indefinitely by the team for walking out during practice.
Oh, nice.
So now you're going to get a team without Butler, which, as crazy as it sounds, I think Miami's going to be better without Butler. And I think I'm going to, I'm going to get involved in that. This is going to be one that I'm not going to take the outright winner. I'm not going to take the money line here just because I can get 8.5 points. I'm going to grab the Miami Heat here. No distractions with Butler off the court. I think it could be a good spot for Miami to play a little bit better. I kind of like this spot for Miami. No Butler. No drama. No problem. I think they would. I think the Heat are live dogs.
Fair. And you're getting a better line now because if you like them at 6 at the open, you'll love them at 8.5 now.
I got them at 8.5 here. I did not take the outright on that one. I just took the 8.5. Yeah, right, Mr. Numbers. Everybody's saying hi. Oh, it's a lock in the chat. Yes, I had to make fun of your Dolphins just a little bit. Excuse my language, sir. Cavs in the under. Sabonis has 23 straight triple doubles.
It's also minus 1,400. If you're really laying minus 1,400, you have a problem.
Bruins will be better without Swayman. Is that what he's comparing it to?
Maybe.
I feel like that's a little bit of a different situation. Heat are putrid. They are putrid. But I think that they could look better without Jimmy Butler. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Boston Celtics taking on the Chicago Bulls. We're seeing 14.5 with a total of 232. Line opened up at a 15. It got down to a 14 and buyback to bring it back to the 14.5. Line opened up 232. It's still a 232. So really no line movement on the total and a half-point line movement on the side, which makes sense when you see 67% of tickets, 61% of cash on the Bulls, and the line moving towards the Celtics. Or line moving slightly towards the Bulls from 15 down to 14.5. 61% of tickets, 59% of cash is on the over in this game as well. Boston coming in off of a loss for 114-112 against Houston. And on the flip side, we have Chicago coming in off of a very satisfying win against Denver. In their last game as a 9.5-point dog. Yeah, I get it. The line moved half a point towards the Bulls, but I mean, the public's a little bit on the Bulls here in this spot. And after you got embarrassed the way you did, I expect something very similar to what Boston did against Dallas. And it feels like, Tim, with me, it's whenever Boston loses, that's when I want to back them. And usually when I do back the Boston Celtics, I double down on them because it's after a loss, and I think it correlates a little bit better when people are a little bit like Miami a little bit more, or Miami like Chicago a little bit more because they're coming in off of a nice win. So I'm going to go ahead and double up on the Celtics here like I usually do after a loss with them, especially when the public's on the opposite side, their opponent coming in off a really nice win as well. Celtics first half -9, full game -14.5. I don't like to lay these points often, but when I do, it's for a good reason, and I'm going to do that here today. So double up on the Celtics for me.
If I'd ever lay these types of numbers, it's never on the Celtics. This has been a team that does not cover big spreads. When was the last time this team covered a big spread lately?
Against Dallas?
A double-digit spread. That was a 9-point spread. Last time they covered a big spread, Orlando on the 17th. So it's 12 days ago they covered a 15 against Denver, but that was without Jokic. They covered a 10.5. They covered a 17 versus Toronto on New Year's Eve. But this is not a team that I'm going to trust to score. So it's not to score, but to cover this big of a spread. So no, I'm not interested. If I'm going after anything, even after that last game against Denver, I'm going after the Bulls or nothing at 14.5. I wouldn't take them outright, but it's got to be Bulls or nothing for me.
Fair. Well, I'm doubled up on the Celtics in this game.
Okay. Good luck. I have a problem. Yes, you do, Mr. Numbers, taking minus 1,400. Right? I never bet Celtics length many points, this many points ever again. They just go through the motions. Give me the Bulls, 2 units already in. So what you're saying, Cavs will lose to the Heat twice. They could. I just have them. No, I have them covering. Celtics first half, first quarter. Away. Zach LaVine is out. Forget my play. Erase it from the contest. Good thing I checked. That's why I didn't bet it also.
Well,
Bulls about without LaVine. Yes. And then when Adam Levine gets traded, that'll be another fun spot for the Bulls when he gets traded. Bulls cover. Don't you say you like teams missing stars as well? I mean, if they're kissing stars, it's a different story. How would you take the Celtics with points? I would not.
It's just a situational spot with them coming in off of a loss. Them off a loss has been money for me this year.
Okay. Let's move on to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Los Angeles Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs. This line opened up at a 2. It's now a 4, so we do have a move towards the Clippers. Line opened up 221, still 221, so no line movement on the total in this game here. 72% of tickets, 80% of cash on the Clippers. The line's at least moving towards them. 70 and 70 on the over here as well. I believe I backed the Clippers in their last game. Or I leaned Clippers in their last game. San Antonio coming in off a loss. Their last game was in Paris. They're coming off the 38-point loss, which was the game after the 30-point win against the Indiana Pacers. Clippers are coming in off a loss against Phoenix. I had them against. No, I did not have them. Did I have them against the Bucks? I feel like I did. Or I leaned them against the Bucks. That's what it was. And they're coming out, and they won that game. They're coming in off of a loss. I lean Clippers, if anything. They're a little too public for me, but that would be my lean in this one for right now.
I was going to go Spurs or nothing. I was going to look towards their money line and get them outright. I'm not going to. This is a Spurs team that is coming back from Paris, so they got 4 days off, so it's not terrible. I think that's definitely enough time to kind of prepare. And but they've lost 4 out of 5. Granted, against Memphis and Miami. Memphis is the number 3 team in the West. Memphis is number 3 team in the West. They look solid. Miami, whatever. That one was close to a pick 'em. But this is a Spurs team that's kind of just been in limbo. They are currently 2.5 games back for a play-in spot. So they still have a little bit of work to do. This is a young team that I think in 2 years they could try to make a push like Oklahoma City did last year. But I'm not going to touch them here. I need them to prove it a little bit more to me that they can actually win as of late. And they have not been doing that. So stay away spot, but it would be a lean towards the Spurs.
Yeah.
Clippers cover. Could see that. Shut up. Clippers cover -7. I take it back. I like the Spurs. Okay. Clips first quarter. Spurs long time off. But I feel like this would be a time that the long time off would actually benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was coming from Paris. But who knows? Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one here because I want to take a look at the money line at this point because we do have a close enough spread. This line opened up -120 for the T-Wolves. It's now -127. That was before the spread came, or that was after the spread came out because the spread had gone from I believe 1.5, 2 for Phoenix as a favorite to 1.5 for Minnesota. Line opened up 219. It's now 217.5. So we do have a move towards the under in this game as well. 75% of tickets, 80% of cash on the Timberwolves spread, and 55 and 78 on the money line. 90% of tickets, 89% of cash on the over. Yet this line's dropping, which makes me think the under could be worth a look in this game here at the 217.5 number. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves coming in on 3 straight wins. Dallas, Denver, and Atlanta. On the flip side, Phoenix coming in on 3 straight wins as well. They're trying to turn around their season there a little bit.
Whoa. What are you reading off?
Phoenix?
We're on Dallas, New Orleans, and apparently they're the Saints.
I clicked on the wrong one. I apologize. Let's get to, because Dallas and New Orleans is a money line as well. -1.5 for the Mavericks, total 232. I'm sorry, I've read the wrong thing. Line opened up at a 145 money line, immediately went down to 135 money line. Now it's a 116. Line opened up 231.5. It's now 233. So we can move towards the over in that one as well. Let me just take a look real quick at the spread, where it was Dallas -1. It went all the way up to a 3, and I'm assuming that's when the money line came out. And then now it went all the way down to a 1.5. So interesting line movement there. 80% of the tickets, 77% cash on Dallas. Spread, 66% of the tickets are on the money line, but 56% of the cash is on the Pelicans money line. 70 and 74 on the over here as well. I kind of think the look in this game is the Pelicans in this game here at this number. The way the market is moving kind of points towards they are live in this game and they're the right side. I mean, we have a team that's 12-35 that is a pick'em against 25-22. Yes, I understand injuries are involved with this. New Orleans are off of 3 straight losses, so that's one thing to keep in mind as well. But those were all on the road where they do struggle a little bit more. Dallas coming in off of a dominant win, a 22-point win. Let's ignore the fact that it was against the Washington Wizards.
Yep.
But yeah, for me in this game, it would be New Orleans or nothing, and I think I'm going to move on the Parleys in this one here. I just want to see what the best available number is.
I got +105 for them. I got the Pelicans here. This is a Dallas team that has been really weird because they'll go they blew out Washington. They lose to Boston. They beat Oklahoma City but lose to Minnesota. Just not a team that's been making sense as of late. And this just seems like a spot that they're going to lose. This is a Pelicans team that's been playing a lot better as of late, even though they've lost 3 straight. Previous to that, they'd won 4 in a row and 5 out of 6. So a Pelicans team that has been playing better basketball. I took them a little bit like a plus money pick 'em dog here at home. No, I don't think the Pelicans are going to do anything this year, obviously. They're still 12.5 games back for the last play-in spot, so that's not happening. So, and then you got Dallas, who's currently in a play-in spot, but could not easily drop out just yet. But this is a Dallas team that should still be able to make the play-in. Hopefully Luka's back soon for him because that's going to be a big key factor in that one. But I took the Pelicans here.
Yep. I got the Parleys over on Fanatics +2 -110.
All right, we're going to ignore all the Saints comments. There you go. Mavs should cover, but I'm liking Nola to beat them. Considering that that doesn't make sense. Mavs can't cover.
He's saying they should cover, but they're not.
Okay, never mind. Saints quarterback. Okay. Pelicans money line. I was high on this. Okay. Let's keep on rolling. If we got one more NBA game left.
Yeah.
Actually, we have 2, but you didn't type up the other one. But the other one is the Thunder and the Warriors, and it's a 10-point road favorite for the.
Okay. Can you type that one up real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've already gone through the market or the line history in this game here. It opened up Phoenix -2. It's now Minnesota -1.5. And we have 55% tickets, 78% in cash on the T-Wolves money line, 75 and 80 on the spread. With the money line this close, I don't really know how much you can care about the spread. It's Timberwolves or nothing for me. I already did my full breakdown on it, thinking that we clicked on the wrong game, or I clicked on the wrong game or whatever. But yeah, it would be T-Wolves or nothing for me in this game.
Suns have been playing better as of late, though. Both these two teams in play-in spots at the moment. Suns are actually a half game behind Minnesota. I I would want to lean towards same kind of similar to last game where I kind of lean towards the home, a little bit of a pick'em dog here with Phoenix. But I don't think this is a game I need to get involved with. These are two teams that I really don't get right all that often, so I kind of just stay off of these two teams, especially now when they're going up against each other. It's Phoenix or nothing for me.
Fair.
Because we fixed it and we don't need to worry about it. Suns, no, never ever trusted the Wolves. Suns healthy now. Suns, we're not doing a contest, but whatever. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors. The Thunder 10-point favorites, total 225 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up at an 8 all the way up to a 10. So we have a decent move towards the Thunder, who are now the new betting favorites to win the NBA Finals.
Yep.
Line opened up 226. It's now down to 225.5. So it moved towards the under here as well. 77% of tickets, 76% of cash is on the over in this game. The line's dropping. 48% of tickets, 65% of cash on the Warriors. So the line's moving towards the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is kind of confusing, which probably tells me that this line move is not as much market-based as it maybe is injury-based, which I would have to take a deeper look into the injury report. Usually with the NBA, the only times I look at the injury report is when there's massive line movement because of it.
Yep.
So that would be the way I would approach this one, would be seeing what we've got for injuries. Curry is day-to-day. Maybe that's it, but you would think Curry would be more than 2 points. Or maybe they've moved it the first 2 points, and if he gets ruled out, they'll move it even more type of thing. Like if you like Golden State in this game, maybe wait, hope Curry is ruled out, and you can get a 12 later type of thing. So there's that as well. Kuminga still remains out, and so does Draymond Green. So I have no interest in this game whatsoever. Maybe this is a spot where if they rule out Curry, I will come back and I'll grab a plus 12. If it gets that high with Golden State, that'd be the only way I'd approach this game.
No, I don't need to get involved. The Warriors suck. There's no real way to say it for you Warriors fans. Sorry, Marcos. Warriors suck. They're currently sitting outside of a play-in spot. Oh, here's the difference, and just so 446 can see how easy it is to play in the Eastern Conference. If the Warriors were in the Eastern Conference, they would be tied for the 7th seed. They are currently missing the playoffs in the West. Just to show that the Western Conference is far superior than the Eastern Conference, but that's not the point. This is Oklahoma City blowout spot. I don't see the Warriors coming close. I'm just not laying double digits on the road. So, sayonara, no thank you, pass.
Fair.
I have an idea. Let's do a contest and see who does the best. Yeah, we did, except for you complained that it was for money and it cost money. So you were end up being like a little bitch because of that, but it is what it is.
You ruined it.
Yeah, you kind of ruined that. I like that idea. There you go. Haha. Only plus 100 odds and above. Yeah, it would have to be.
Ooh, actually, I would say minus 120 odds because spreads are involved as well. You're not going to take an alternative spread just to get it to the even money. But I mean, we limit it to minus 120 and lower. That's maybe worth a look.
Curry over threes. Open a public contest. So no money involved.
No, it would be no money.
So 446. So no money involved. Got it. Curry didn't play yesterday. Who the hell bet this game now? Curry is probable. Warriors team total under. I can see. What up, my guys? Let's get us cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. 10 minutes. You know the rest of the same, my dog. NBA, a nice size NBA slate. Yeah, let's do it. That means nothing, Lex. Wait. Find some value. Bulls in a play-in spot at 20 and 27. Yes. Road Warriors plus and money line. No. Warriors. The Warriors could cover, but I don't see them. I I don't see them doing anything with it. Knicks money line. You know what, Marcos? I'm surprised. Hey, Marcos, I was looking at my Bucks bet yesterday. Oh, wait, never mind. I bet the Blazers yesterday. How did the Bucks do? How did the Bucks do yesterday? I never even played minus 140s. Nick is too lazy to keep track of plays. Forget it. 446 is broke.
Yep.
I agree. 446. They even had a free contest. You didn't even win that. I was the best in NBA. What about in every other sport? No comment. Wow, shocker. All right, Nick, you got some hockey games.
Let's get into it. The Philadelphia Flyers taking on the New Jersey Devils. We have the Devils minus 185 favorites in this game with a total of 5.5. Now, I have the Devils as a favorite in this game. I have them along the lines of 125, 130 favorites, though, not minus 185. Now I know that would make a lot of people think, okay, just bet Philadelphia and move on. The Philadelphia Flyers, these two teams have played each other 3 times in the last 12 days. This will be the 3rd time in the last 12 days. The Flyers won the first 2 matchups. I am not going to back a team that had won 3 straight matchups or that won 2 straight games against that team in a matter of a week and a half. And it's a double revenge spot. However, I'm not laying $1.90 on the Devils. That's not happening in this game either. Or a minus 1 line or a puck line. I'm not going to lay this type of number with the Devils in this spot either. So ultimately, it'll be a no play for me. My spreadsheet says Flyers. My situational capping says do not bet the Flyers. So no bet here for me.
I was kind of interested in the Devils. Obviously, puck line plus 135. That's kind of like the bottom range of what I would want to bet. But this has been a Devils team that, I mean, you just mentioned the double revenge spot. Granted, I think I took them in their last game against Philly and it didn't work. I would look towards it again. But it's Devils or nothing in this game, for sure.
Fair. I'll head back to the chat. Where did we leave off? There we go. Flyers have to. Flyers close to sweeping the season series. So F it. Fair. Gave out Blazers, 76ers, and LA Kings yesterday. There you go. Flyers to scoop the sweep. Yeah, I can see that. I think when it's MLB, we should do a contest then. Yes, I'm fine with that.
We could do MLB contest. Just not when there's all these other sports going on. And it would have to be limited down to like 5 plays per person.
I don't hate that either. Pick your best 5 plays, and that's what you got to do type of thing.
Yep.
Also, Lawton anytime goal. Tim says the East is weak. East top 3 are better than West top 3. Grizzlies, Houston, and
the fact that you're sending a 20 and 27 team to the playoffs. No, I don't want to hear that one.
Yeah. But it should be pay to enter, but 446 is really broke. He is, which is unfortunate. Devils haven't shown up in these 2 losses against the Flyers. They haven't. It was, overall, the West is better, better, but not top 2. Top 3. Okay. We're just saying the depth of the Western Conference is better. Like, I would take the 8th seed in the West before I would take the 8th seed in the East type of thing.
Yes.
And it's not even close.
Yeah, no, it's not.
446, you're here every day and say you bet, but you can't drop $6. Exactly. And maybe what we should do is we'll have a secret contest where the only way you could see the place to post your contest play is in the members section.
I'm interested in that.
Members only section.
I'm interested in that. That could be fun. Let's see.
Devils money line is negative, but their BPP, is plus 1.5, not fishy. I don't know what you're talking about. They've played like shit. I backed the Demons those 2 games. Yeah. Darius Garland's out.
Okay.
Over 5.5. I think the 5.5 number is correct. I'm here every day. I did not know that. I had 50-50 odds, $6 to win 50. Yeah, those are not terrible odds at all. Better odds in the book. Yeah. Oh, but the puck line. No, their puck line's minus 1.5. I mean, you're minus 190. Of course, your puck line's gonna be minus 1.5. But we'll move on. LA Kings, Florida Panthers, minus 155 for the Panthers. Total of 5.5 in this game. I have this game projected at 6.47, so immediately I'm interested in the over in this game, especially with it being a 5.5, and I have this game projected at a 6.5. And at this number, I have the Panthers projected for around 145 range, so I actually do see not any value on the money line in this game. We've seen this be more of a Kings-dominated matchup, even with the Panthers being as dominant as they have been over the last couple of years. We've seen the LA Kings win 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. For the Kings, this is their third game on a 5-game road trip. They'll finish it off in Tampa Bay, then Raleigh. And then on the flip side, Florida is coming back from a West Coast trip where they went 2-2. They beat the Ducks. They lost to these Kings just a week ago. Then they beat San Jose 7-2 before losing 4-1 to Vegas to end off their road trip. Ultimately, this is going to be, wow, this is plus money for over 5.5. Yeah, I'm going to take the over 5.5 at plus money. I'll do that for sure, especially when I have this game projected at a 6.5 range. So, yeah, over 5.5 here for me.
I kind of want to take Florida puck line. This is a Florida team that's coming off of losing to Vegas, which is not a bad loss. Losing to Vegas, not a bad loss. And then they're coming, and then the Kings are coming off of losing 2 straight to Detroit and Columbus. Maybe Detroit's a bad loss.
No, they've been playing better as of late too.
Yeah. I want to go towards Florida here. And I would never be able to lay minus 150 something. So puck lining and plus 170 would be the option for me. It's Florida puck line or nothing. I think I'm going to end up taking Florida puck line plus 170.
Yeah, I got plus 105 over 5.5 over on Fanatics. Yeah, plus money for an over that I have projected way higher as well. So I'll take a shot with that.
There you go.
Next game is the one I'm very interested in. But let's get into the chat. Do not bring up member-only crap. Again, you lose viewers. That's what ruined the contest.
No, it didn't. We tried to make it for money, and people didn't want to play for money.
Yeah. Cats minus 1.5 and Listerainen anytime goal. Stop fish fade. Yeah. I'll become a member again once the MLB starts. I'm taking a break from betting. That's totally fair. I wish I can at times too. Sometimes it does get exhausting to look at all the numbers every single day. These are cats, not fish. We've been trying to say that forever.
446 is a little slow. You're gonna have to give them a minute.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a mix-up. Yesterday was Isles, not Kings. Okay. Nick, when are you doing MLB futures? I believe we're gonna do. When is? All right. So I
already have all my futures bet.
Yeah.
We'll have to do just a futures show in general. One of these days, and it's gonna be a long show.
On Monday, February 12th is when pitchers and catchers report.
Okay.
I would like to do maybe, it'd be 6 different shows for each division. That's the way I would like to approach it. So we can really break down each.
That, or we just have a massive show.
The massive show would be an 8-hour show.
Okay.
No. But yeah. I think it'll start when pitchers and catchers report. I think that's when the future shows will start. I think we'll start in the American League East, then go Central West, and then National League West, Central East.
Okay.
So that's the way we'll do it there. Today, I love the Kings and Reg. All right. Didn't 446 boycott over $6 contest? Yeah. Future live talk would be cool. Yeah. No, I really like.
We'll probably end up doing a future show.
Yeah, we'll do multiple future shows. But yeah, Has nothing to do.
The next comments are kind of really funny.
Yeah, has nothing to do with money. I would do 100 contests. I don't trust YouTube. I'm not getting hacked again. But yet you invest in cryptocurrency. So okay. So you think you'll be hacked by Amazon also? Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon and YouTube are like the same thing. I believe they have like joint owners or whatever.
Yeah, of course they do.
So it's just like, okay, you must not use Amazon then. You must not use like any USPS services. But you do. You're on Amazon. So it's the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook?
No, I trust Amazon. I'm on it. Yeah.
Oh, dear. 446 is an idiot. Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk baseball. I cannot wait to talk baseball.
We're gonna have to try to figure out a new system with the shows because with the schedules and everything, shows might have to start at like 9:30. I start with NBA, then when you get here, we move over to MLB, and then I leave and you do an NHL or something like that. It's gonna be a weird thing.
Yeah. Well, aren't they all collaborators?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes, they all use the same servers.
Yeah, no problems with Amazon. They use the same servers YouTube does, but whatever you need to believe, bud. Yeah, I mean, that's like saying I don't trust YouTube. I trust Google though. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Minnesota Wild. We have the Maple Leafs anywhere between -165, -170 favorites. Total of 5.5. Taking a look at my projections for this game here, I have the Leafs are on a -130, -135. I moved on this game last night. I did a free pick video for this game last night. I'm on the Minnesota Wild at +145. It's their first game after finding out that Earle Kaprizov is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, which it could be worse because most of the time that he'll be out will be during the Four Nations face-off break.
Yeah.
Which Russia's not even a part of it anyway, which is really annoying because I really wanted to see what the Russian team would have looked like. I mean, just their goaltenders alone, Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Sorokin. I mean, with Kucherov and Kaprizov and Svechnikov, like, they would have a really strong team, the Russians. But, hey, well, it is what it is. And I expect this to be a game where the Minnesota Wild step up without Earle Kaprizov. And we saw how this Wild team could play without Kaprizov when they went on that nice little run of a bunch of road wins in a row a little while ago without Earle. That streak where they went and they beat teams like Carolina and Washington on the road. I don't think Kaprizov played in those games. So we've seen this Wild team be able to play without 97, and I do think they can do that here in this one as well. I think the Leafs are way too big of favorites. I'm on Minnesota at +145 in this game.
I understand the angle you're looking at. Why? Okay, Twitter's no longer working on my computer. This is annoying. I understand you going after the Wild. I feel like in order for a play for me to bet something out early has to stand out to me. I think that the only thing really standing out to me today was Florida. I like your angle on the Wild with no Kaprizov going and taking them here, but I don't really feel the need to jump on this one. It is Minnesota or nothing, but I'm gonna stay off of this one.
Little baseball breaking news. You want some baseball breaking news?
Sure.
New York Mets have signed relief pitcher Ryan Stanek to a 1-year deal.
Good.
I really liked him in the playoffs last year.
There you go.
Yep, Ryan Stanek, 1 more year with the New York Mets. I got hacked on YouTube and people charged $5,000 on my card. I do not believe that for a second.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leafs puck line. I don't know what kind of YouTube you use exactly. Wonder why you got hacked. I don't believe it for a second. I played a game site. Some hacker got tired of me talking and hacked. True story. Oh, yeah, definitely true story. YouTube is under Google, IG, and WhatsApp are under Facebook. Amazon is over Amazon Cloud and Prime. Yeah. I had to explain to the company I didn't buy any of that crap. No hackers on Amazon when you... Okay. I totally believe that. 5K 446. You don't even have $6. Yeah. We'll move on. Nashville Predators and the Vancouver Canucks. We have the Preds minus 145 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. The Predators have been a team that I've been kind of saying they'll be worth backing soon. And now we're finally getting prices where they are worth backing. Not when they're minus 200 favorites against the Ducks or the Sharks, or minus 380 against the Sharks at home, or minus 280 against the Blackhawks. The last time they were reasonably priced, we backed them against Minnesota on the -1 line, and they won 6-2. And we took the over in that game as well. I do have this game projected at 6.34 goals. So I do have this game projected as an over as well, as I want the Predators in this game. And this was a game I had circled when I was looking at their schedule going forward. And I was like, yeah, this Predators team is going to be worth backing going forward. Where was the spot I had circled for them? This game right here against the Vancouver Canucks that I'm not high on whatsoever. And I can get it's minus 140 on the money line. I'm gonna look for the -1 line, which looks like the best available on Bovada. It'd be minus 140 on the money line, plus 180 on the puck line. So I'm gonna see exactly what that number is, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab the it's minus 140 plus 180 plus 117. So I'm gonna go ahead. Preds -1, minus 117 Bovada, over 5.5, minus 120 on Fanatics there. So that's where I'm going for this game here. -1 plus 117, and then over 5.5 minus 120.
I'm a sucker for this Predators team, Nick. I really am.
I think there's good reasons behind it, though.
Yes. Predators puck line plus 185. And then I think I would want to have a little bit of fun today with a Panthers Predators money line parlay. Could be a little bit intriguing. I think both of those teams win. This is I feel like this is a spot that the Predators are finally starting to get wins together. They've won 5 out of 6. And they're actually scoring goals. In the last 6 games, they've scored at least 3 goals in 5 out of 6 of them. So they're actually scoring now, including scoring 5, 6, 7, and 6 against Vegas, Minnesota, and then 2 against San Jose. But it's been a national team that's kind of been turning it around. I would kind of look for them to win this one and cover.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I can make that up. You very well could. Preds puck line and O'Reilly anytime goal. There you go. 446 funny. Yeah. Also Robertson anytime goal for Wild Leafs. Fair. What's good? Stop Geo. Canucks puck line. Fading Bill Cosby, a.k.a. the Predators. Yeah. Nice. Nick versus Lex in the league today. Huh?
He's taking the Canucks.
Yeah. What's good, Mark Hall? There you go. Never cared for baseball, but I'm hyped for it this year. I cannot wait to bet the White Sox way too many times.
Yep.
And here's the thing, though. I think that I will have a specific day for the White Sox this year, and it's going to be called Noah Schultz Day. I'm telling you guys, he's the next Chris Sale. That's my expectation. His body, I was hearing the way a couple people were describing him that follow what do you call it, prospects.
Yeah.
The guy's 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
He has the build of Randy Johnson.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I really think the Canucks beat them outright. I mean, maybe because I'm putting a K on one bet. Yeah, first time doing that also. I will be on that as well. Not that much, but yeah.
Not for $1,000, but.
Bra, Lankinen versus Saros. Nick says one more time the Caps are overrated. I'll unsubscribe. Okay. Just wait for the playoffs for them to lose in 6 games to a random wild card team. White Sox 2025 World Cup champions. Yeah, White Sox. Woo! Damn, next Chris Sale. I am that high on Noah Schultz. Like, if they tell me Noah Schultz is on the opening day roster, I will bet him to win the Rookie of the Year in the American League.
Yes.
I am that high on it. You need a reverse parlay, Canucks and Kings.
Go ahead.
Final matchup of the day. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Utah Hockey Club. We have Utah minus 140, total 6. I had this game projected around minus 115, minus 120 for Utah. I had this game projected for 6.38 goals. So not crazy amount of value in this game whatsoever. The Penguins are a team I have not bet at all this year. I don't really want to lay this number on Utah, though, and I think this 6 number is correct. This one was one of the easier passes on the card. I don't really trust Utah right now. This is a Utah team that they're 21-21-7, but they've lost back-to-back games. And then they are going up against, I love saying this, the last place Penguins. 3 straight losses and 4 of their last 6. Granted, they're on the road. This is the last game of a 7-game road trip for the Pittsburgh Penguins, which has gone absolutely miserable. They opened it up with a 5-2 win against the Sabres, but after that, they lose to the Capitals 4-1. They beat the Kings 5-1 out of nowhere. They lose to the Ducks 5-1. They lose to the Kraken 4-1, and they lose to the Sharks 2-1. So this is a Penguins team that has done nothing on offense when they lose. When they lose, they've lost 7 of the last 10 games. When they lose, they have failed to score more than 2 goals. When they win, they've scored 5 in all 3 of those. So once they hit 3 goals, they're going to win the game. So maybe it's a lean towards a Pittsburgh team total under if you're interested in that. I don't trust Utah like that, though. So this one's ultimately a pass, but love being able to say the last place Penguins.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go after this one. No point in me doing it. This is a 1-800-GAMBLER matchup. So not really anything I need to get involved in. So I'll end the card with a pass.
Yeah. It looks like another reliever is close to signing a deal. Former New York Yankee reliever Tommy Kahnle is close to signing with the Detroit Tigers. So I'm kind of disappointed with the Tigers this offseason.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything.
They haven't. Their rotation's going to be okay because I like Jackson Jobe. We all know Tariq Skubal. Reese Olson has blossomed into something decent. So they could have a decent rotation. Their offense still concerns me. But, hey, nice little bullpen piece there for some bullpen chaos for this Detroit Tigers team.
Yeah.
And it drags a decent reliever away from the Yankees.
Yep. Good. Back to Chenik.
Yup. Let's see. Let's talk about the Red Sox also. I really like the Red Sox, and they have 3 of the top, I believe, 12 prospects according to MLB.com, which I believe will all be big leaguers this year. Roman Anthony is going to be a stud. Christian Campbell is going to be a stud. Marcelo Meyer is going to be a stud. Like, they've got some really good prospects, Boston. They're fun.
Red Sox for the division.
Yeah. Nashville did the hokey pokey, but ain't turned shit around. They've been playing a little bit better as of late. Year of the Sox. Yankees win the division. Forget the Red Sox. The Yankees should be the team to beat in the American League East. Should is the ultimate word. But who knows? That's a Yankee offense I can't wait to talk about. I think they're going to be a bottom 15 offensive team this year.
Oh, for sure.
So we'll see. Pens money line / bunting. Ellie MVP. Love it. Yankee Dodger World Series. Let's just go to the World Series. Here's the beautiful thing about baseball is we haven't had a repeat winner of the World Series in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice there. There. For that. FanDuel just moved the Sox team total over to 52.5. Oh, wow. Okay. 51.5 is on DK still, but they're minus 120 now. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to have to look there. Coyote take a break from betting, pick better.
No.
This guy, Canley throws one pitch, awful. It's hilarious how everybody that happens to leave the Yankees is the worst player on the planet.
Well, yeah,
crazy.
duh.
Even though he was one of the more reliable relievers in the Yankee bullpen during the playoffs and during the season last year, but all of a sudden he's no longer Yankees terrible. Interesting. 4-4-6. We've done 2 contests. I ended up on top and I ended up on top. Next contest is MLB. Let's see how you do. Oh wait, I'll be on that Marlins win total with y'all as soon as the line comes out. I don't know. I don't know if I'm approaching the Marlins this year. Last year I loved their under win total. Loved it. It was my favorite bet of the off season.
Yeah.
However, I don't see them like that again this year. I don't think they're a good team, but I don't know if there's value in the under anymore. With the Miami Marlins, I just don't. They are playing in one of the toughest divisions in baseball because you have the Mets, the Braves, and the Phillies, and the Nationals are going to be a decent team this year. I think the Nationals
are going to be a very
75 to 80 win team this year. The Nationals.
I have them over their win total, and I did take a shot at plus 750 on the Nationals to make the playoffs.
That's
I know it's a long shot, but so is the Orioles 16-1 to win the division 2 years ago. So I take my long shots in futures.
Yeah.
There you go. There's one of my futures already.
There you go. Prospects in the MLB are prospects in MLB are just prospects. 80% fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, when they're top 15 in the prospect pool, yeah, you tend to be higher on them. Get ready for hashtag stop fish fade every game. Earle won't do it this year. They know how. No, because they were coming off a playoff year the year before, and we knew they were going to be overvalued. This year, they're not going to be. And it is called adjustments. We do make adjustments.
Yeah, that was an experiment last year. Like this year, I could easily see, I will not do the Oriole backing every single game this year.
I think the future for me is the Orioles miss the playoffs.
I think instead, I could do Nationals every single day.
I think the Reds are the better one for that. Here's the thing. I don't want to do any of those this year.
I don't want to do any of every single days as well. But if anything, it would be – I do feel like there is a little bit of value with looking at what do you call it? Washington every single day this year.
Yeah, I think Washington's a very sneaky team, and I want to see what they look like when they bring up Brady House as well, and when they bring up a couple of their other prospects. They're going to be a fun young team. C.J. Abrams progressing, and Dylan Cruz they've got a lot of
that. Although they haven't done as much over the offseason, I thought they would.
No, and I don't think they needed to this offseason. They're not competing for a World Series this offseason. They weren't. So I understand them not doing much. They even got Nate Lowe there. So yeah, Tigers to make the playoffs plus 135. See, I think this says an awful lot of what they think about the Detroit Tigers. I think they regress this year. I think the Detroit Tigers are the Marlins of last year, where I'm not going to fade the Tigers every game. However, I think they're the team that makes the playoffs as a wild card team that people wonder how the hell they got there, and then they miss the next year. I'm not saying they lose 100 games, but I think they are a 75-win team that misses the playoffs. I like the Guardians better than them. I like the Royals better than them. I like the Guardians, the Royals. I don't know if I can really say the Twins. I think the Twins are right about their level. Tigers to miss. Look at that number. Yes. And ready? You have your long shot in the National League with Washington. I'm gonna see what the number is for this team right here. I think I got my long shot. It's in the American League though. And I want to see where they are. Where are they? I need to just do this. Okay. Oh, they're on the top because they don't have a city name. Oakland Athletics at 6-1 to make the playoffs.
No. I'll take the over win total, but I'd not take them to make the playoffs.
I think the only but I think one thing that would end up costing them a playoff spot is the fact that the Twins, the Royals, the Guardians, and the Tigers get the luxury of playing the Chicago White Sox a decent amount this year.
Yeah, I could see that, but hey, you never know.
Best bet, Mets under 70 wins. That's just retarded. However, the Mets are what? They are 91.5 wins. I think there's an argument that the Mets are a 90 and 72 team that get a wild card spot, make the playoffs, and then do something from there. I could see the Mets making the playoffs without hitting their win total at 91.5. I could definitely see that.
Although the only team that I see missing their win total in the National League East is the Phillies.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nationals are plus 800. Yeah. No way they win 90. I see 90 and 72 for the Mets this year. I'm not saying they're the best team in baseball. I'm not going to. And here's the thing: the regular season, as long as you make it in, 90 wins and 100 wins is not that much of a difference.
Really isn't.
Not 70. No. I will guarantee the Mets will win over 70 games this year. There's no way they are losing 92 games at all. I promise you that.
446 is just a Yankee fan that doesn't want to see the Mets do well. So I'm not surprised that 446 is constantly going to go against the Mets. So
no, yeah, I'm well aware of that. And here's the thing, though, like when we talk player awards and stuff like that, I don't really have any Mets surplus for any of those. I mean, I'd love to make Lindor and Soto MVP predictions and stuff like that.
I did do Lindor for an MVP.
Lindor MVP feels like Jose Ramirez MVP. He'll put up elite numbers year after year after year after year and not do it.
Yeah.
Mets fans are clueless, delusional. Soto does nothing when you lose Pete. They've not lost Pete yet, honestly. Now, here's the thing. I think Pete Alonso is not a Met.
I've been saying that for a while.
But
I will say,
here's how you do this.
If
you move Vientos to first, you have Beatty at third, and then next offseason you get Vladdy.
Although I do feel like if the Mets would have gotten if the Blue Jays would have gotten Alonso, they would have gotten him already.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Cubs not to make the playoffs plus 120. I think Cubs to make the playoffs just because that division's so weak. Their rotation I really like. I like the Reds better in that division than I like the Cubs personally. But that's just me though.
Yeah.
Just Rub, Soto's leaving Yankee land in Yankees faces. Lindor MVP, he finished second last year. So, that's not far-fetched.
Although, if Ohtani stays healthy the entire year, the MLB is just going to deep throat Ohtani and give him another MVP.
Yeah. That is what it is. Soto's nothing without Judge, and the Yankees were nothing in the playoffs without Soto. So what's your point? Judge made Soto. Soto won
a World Series.
He won a World Series
with the Nationals, not the Yankees.
What?
Dude, he had better protection back when he was with the Nationals.
Watch Aaron Judge walk 150 times this year because he's the only scary bat in that lineup other than past their prime MVPs. Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger in the year 2025 do not scare me. Mm-hmm. Jazz Chisholm does not scare me. Oh. You lost one of your more consistent hitters in Gleyber Torres, which I know the Yankees fans want to shit on. But you look at consistency, he played over 150 games for you, and he produced the third best numbers on the team. But you just want to keep shitting on him, whatever. Like, the Yankees might be bottom 15 in runs per game this year. And that's why they bulked up on pitching. That's why they bulked up on bullpen. It's because they know they're going to have to win games 3-2. That's going to be the way the Yankees win baseball games this year. And I can't wait to bet Yankee games under their totals.
Yep.
Because their pitching is really strong. Their offense leaves a lot to be desired. Judge makes Bellinger an MVP candidate. You're on crack. The only thing that makes Bellinger an MVP candidate in New York is the short porch, where he can golf swing pitches out. It's the only thing that makes him an MVP in New York. Same as Soto. Watch. Soto has been a top 5 MVP candidate for years now, but sure.
No matter what team he's been on.
No matter what team he's been on. So, and he's going to have a situation in New York where when he's up, Lindor will be on first base 35 to 40% of the time. So, we'll see.
That's it.
446 knows more.
No.
Sure. We'll see. But that is everything for today's show. So.
Yep. That's going to do it for this one. We'll have the card up on the member only for once Nick gets all the NHL up on the site, and we'll go from there. But that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one. 446 is an idiot. Goodbye.